just not really good with that kind of news.
No, you're good. Don't worry about it. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Alrighty. Week 8, game 1. I won with huge playoff implications for both conferences. The all-time single game leading scorer team. Oh, this lineup's actually wrong. But no team has ever scored more than FatherJohn scored last week with 31 runs in a victory against Fungi. Crazy game. Going up. Oh, I didn't do the outfield at all. I'll do that while we talk. I think we noticed that. Hey, yeah, just one of the craziest games I've ever seen. And the kicker on that was that we saw another 30-run game that week. It's a really crazy just week of baseball. This one should hopefully be more competitive. Luigi Knights barely escaping Shrew of all teams last week. See how it goes. Knights are getting the ball first. Dangerous offense when K-Rool is on. I actually do not know these guys' head-to-head record. I think Liquid's undefeated. That is a really solid hit by Purple Toad. Yellow Pianta up to the plate. I believe he has a home run this year. Going for another one. Watches the first pitch. By the way, the Mariners lost yesterday, and I'm very upset about it. Beside myself. Ooh, charging again. Not a single pitch in the zone up till this point. Could walk.
Not that it matters, but you got Green Madge on first, I believe. So
It don't matter. I'm not restarting over that. Base hit there by Yellow Pianta. Purple Toad decides to go for third, changes his mind, likely wisely. Red Toad up to the plate, bunting. Could potentially have 3 runners going into K-Rool on small stadium. K-Rool a little bit mercurial, but when he's on, nobody is better. Hit there for Red Toad. K-Rool up to the plate with 3 runners on base. It doesn't get better than this. I mean, really, Pianta should walk it. That's the right thing to do. Instead, the K-Rool dry spell continues, and they get the double play to home base. Really impressive play there. K-Rool continues to be a little bit cold. And that's it. Wow. They get all the way to Brown Critter and don't muster a single run out of it. If there's one thing the Knights will do is they will keep every game close, whether they should or shouldn't. Muscles up with the exact same opening lineup, basically. The Sunset Jet up to the plate, the Sunset lineup. Able to make it over Red's head. Star YP up. Has very real power. Doesn't want to use it. Instead, going to pop it right in the gap. Bit of a lazy flyer there, but it's just well placed enough that it doesn't really matter. Yellow Toad up. Toads and Piantas looking to start the game 6 for 6. Across the board. Gonna do it. That will land. Toads and Piantas 6 for 6 in this game. Toad going home. Not gonna make it. And he doesn't turn around. So the base running error gets a run off the board. Wiggler up to the plate. Tries to pick off twice, and of course it doesn't fucking work. Charges. Has a star. That could be gone. It looks a little bit slow to me. It is. Keep in mind, Wigglers have about 70 base power, which is nothing to scoff at, but, you know, it's a critter. Basically, this would be a starred vanilla critter. Warrior has to play with 2 runners on base, 2 outs. Goes for the slap. Doesn't need to use a star. Loads the bases again. Pianta going for it again. And the second base running error of the inning, despite getting 4 hits, is going to end it with 0 runs. So, very symmetrical inning there for these two teams. Rag is up. Watches 2 pitches. Ruh-roh Rag gets on first base. Little high trash slapper there. The double play queen is up. You need to avoid that. No charge here. No charge here either. Gonna end up being that double play we were worried about. You really want to get out of this part of the lineup anyway, so you're not too mad about it. But once again, if you get through Luigi, once again, you have 3 super consistent players up. You almost want the inning to continue. Even at the risk of stranding runners. Wow, Wiggler is tall. Didn't have to jump for that. Good play there by Wiggler by being 6 foot. No, by being 5'11". He's a giant, many are saying. In the exact same part of the lineup, except fake Wario doesn't have anyone to double play into. Yellow Madge is charging. Yellow Madge has homered a total of 4 times this year. Gonna land a great hit up the center. Confidently gets to first. The problem with this Muscles team is whenever you get past, just not even the bad lineup, just the less good part of the lineup, you're in serious trouble because they can just hit all the way around. There's nothing stopping you. You get through Mole, you are in trouble. Even if you don't, you're in trouble now. These hitters are just a little bit too talented. Gets the Mole charge. It goes straight down the center. Doesn't have enough power. Not the end of the world for Mole. Yellow Man's going to go for third. Thinks better of it. Maybe could have made it. Would have been close. The Jet is up to the plate. Watches that first pitch. 2 outs, so you need to play a little more careful. That's a start. Once again, loaded bases for the second time this game. We've seen loaded bases 3 times total, and no runs have come from it. It's only the second inning. Good star hit will lead to the first blood of the game. All of a sudden, you're in a little bit of trouble, some serious muscle balling. So this team does the premier slap hitting team in the league. When they're on, of course. I mean, 31 runs is terrifying. Gets a charge from Yellow Toad. You do not want him to do that. You want to keep slapping around. Seems to be out of that charge mindset. Gets a bit of a meatball and watches it. Wow. FatherJohn back to his more typical luck. Stranding 3 runners again on a strikeout. Now the Knights are in the most dangerous part of their lineup.
Oh, yeah.
Luigi with the slap, gonna slide right over Wiggler. The lack of a super dive kind of hurting him there. Triple Toad up to bat. Gonna be another good hit right through the gap. Maybe should be 1 out, but it's not. And now they're gonna have a chance to load the bases. Should YP decide not to do more. Toads and Piantas still. Oh my God, he does do more. That's a home run. YP hits a 3-run shot out of nowhere. 1-3 ball game. This Knights team has a real next man up mentality. If K-Rool's not performing, somebody else will. Last week it was Yellow Pianta who performed, winning the game's MVP. One of the more underrated players in our league right now. is Liquid Pianta. K-Rool to the plate with a runner. Charges. Swings and misses. Still has that little home run bugaboo on him. Hasn't been hitting consistently lately. Has 2 strikes. Doesn't charge. A little scared. He's going to slap out to center. It's a good hit. Does he make it? He does make it to first. So K-Rool continuing to be a little bit more inconsistent, having a bit of a down year in a year where almost everybody else is having up years. That being said, Brown Critter loads the base with a really good slap. Red Toad ends up going home, so I guess the bases aren't loaded. Right over the head of Wiggler. Really, if he jumped, he could have had that. Nothing stopping him. Red Magic to the plate. No outs. And the lack of a super dive burns them again. Loaded bases going into red me. If she charges, this game could get out of hand quickly. If she doesn't, it's going to be a slap into a double to triple play. It's going to be a double play. Could have the triple with a faster arm there. Radio ship to the plate. Any hit scores a runner, but he don't get any hit. A 4-run inning, nothing to complain about, certainly. Have to contend with Wario this inning. But you cut off the middle of the Monster's best lineup. Not that they have a bad part. Wiggler been a bit of a standout player in terms of failure today. Had a couple missed plays on defense. Home run that wasn't nearly far enough. Wario up to the plate. A little bit regression from last year, but still pretty easily a top-notch player in this league. Charges, watches that second pitch. Not going to start hit here. Going to slap, and it's good. It's hard to complain about that, but, you know, once again, as consistent as Wario has been, he has not been making the splash plays that we expect out of him every now and again. Been a very conservative player. I actually don't think this is a bad idea here from Yellow Me. Yeah, and it ends up... Whoa! K-Rool with the arm guns a guy out an inch from the base. That was unbelievable. Holy shit. Runners on the corners. I thought the me was going to get away with that. I'm still in all about that. Good hit there by the Madge. Green Madge with runners on the corners. 1 out. So you're guaranteed to get through the weakest part of your lineup with anything but a ground out. Not going to get the ground out. It's not going to be a hit either. Wario's going to go home from this. Wario with that additional star speed coming in clutch. It's a 4-3 ball game now. Runner on base going into Monty Mole. I think if you're Liquid, you want to cut them in the middle of their lineup again, if possible. I wouldn't know, though. I'm not Liquid. Runner is only on first.
Oh, yeah.
And Monty Mole scores a hit. Now you're back at the top of the lineup. The top of this lineup is as dangerous as any in the league. They're 6 deep in straight hitters. Bases loaded for the 4th time this game. Just need to convert on these loaded bases. YP not charging. Starfish by Luigi. Not a good hit, but I think the Bananas could save them. The Bananas don't save them. They leave 3 runners for the 3rd time this game. They just keep stranding loaded bases. They're addicted to it. They've stranded 9 runners in 3 innings. Frankly, the Knights are very lucky that this game isn't kind of out of hand. Luigi gets his second base hit of the day. Only one home run this year, I believe, despite the fact that he is literally Mario by stats, pre-buff. Purple Toad with a really fast homer here. It's going to be close. I think they get there. They're not going to go for it. And Liquid continues to get very lucky this game. A very avoidable homer. They decide not to jump for it. Purple Toad with a 2-run shot. It is pretty high, but I think they would have gotten there. 6-3 game. That's a few hits away from being, 12-6, A well-placed YP shot away as well. I mean, that was 3 runs right there. YP gets on base, does what the Monsters YP couldn't. Moved him for a first-round pick last season. Red Toad, bit of a shallower slap, but I don't think he cared too much. Yeah, K-Rool coming up with no outs. K-Rool not been the threat that we'd expected, but you still have to respect his power. That's going to be deep. It could be a homer. It's really close, not quite. I think maybe if you have a star Bowser there, that could homer. But either way, they send everybody home due to the error. Effectively a 2-run home run. I mean, they had all the time in the world. Oh my gosh, and the hitting continues. K-Rool gonna make it all the way to third, which is a statement that shouldn't be made often. Red badge is up. Another good hit. And that's gonna send K-Rool home despite the base running error. Gonna have a chance to bat all the way around. In fact, I think they're guaranteed to. They're not. They're gonna get 3 more batters. And that should have been the third me double play of the game, and it's gonna be. No, they're not gonna get ground credit. It is the third ground out of the game for that me. Gets on base, but still not a hit. And wow. A really lucky boo on that bunt saves them again. What a lucky inning. Gonna get back around all the way to Purple Toad. Luigi is charging. No real double play threats here either. Goes for the star swing. Any luck. And they're not gonna get any luck. It's a 10-3 ball game. Luigi's the third base hit of the game. Purple Toad looking for a second home run of the inning. He's going to have a shot at it. No way. He doesn't notch his second home run of the inning, but frankly, that's probably the best possible outcome again. Super deep RBI single. They don't jump for it when they absolutely could have, and they're really shooting themselves in the foot right now. This is a Monsters-esque inning right now. Everything's just kind of working. Only 1 out, and they've already made it back to the top of their lineup. And that's going to be the end of it. I jinxed it. Sorry, Liquid. Either way, what was it, a 7-run inning? Team showing why it's the #1 ranked team in the division. Yoto charging, not what you want to see at all. Used up all their luck last week, evidently. Gonna short arm it anyway. You need to start slapping around a little bit. The guys you want charging aren't doing it. And your Toads are. That's the story of Mario Baseball for you. Good base hit by Wiggler. 2 for 3 today. Wario also 2 for 2. Watches the first pitch. Gonna get a star pitch here, I believe. Nope. Wario probably should have swung at that. You need to take your shots here. Not going to. Gonna get his third base hit of the game. Really good game by any metric, but you know, once again, you kind of need some runs here. You need Fake Mario to keep charging. Luigi is pitching them out right now. It's gonna end up being a double play to end the inning. Wow. Muscle just can't get anything started today. You need a quick 3 outs to have a shot here. And you get like a medium trajectory shot. Toad not tall enough to get it either. You powered out the second most stamina pitcher in the game. This is the right thing to do. You want to keep doing this to K-Rool. Just spam star pitches. That's how you deal with this. Doesn't this time, but immediately pays for it with a 2-run shot. K-Rool breaks his drought. This game is getting a little bit out of hand. Gotta feel bad for FatherJohn here. Liquid talking about being beat up by women in the chat right now. Not because he likes it, but because he's so weak and so frail.
Me when my girlfriend slaps around.
So true, Liquid. Brown Critter up to the plate. Needing out here. Seems like they can't buy one. Well, they did there. Red Mash. I believe that makes it a 4 for 4 on the day, which is a lot for a match. Ooh. Now, another player's been really consistent. This Mia has grounded out every single at-bat so far. Will she do it again? She will. Almost gets away with a dribbler, but doesn't quite. Need this out here. Cannot afford to waste even another batter. This is a high slap power batter, and a deep single could bring home Red Match. On top of that, it guarantees another K-Rool inning. But that might just homer. It's gonna be close. That might be a home run. It's not. By the skin of their teeth, they avoid really what would be the dagger, and they're gonna get out of this inning. Terrifying inning. You need to get through all of your bad lineup with 3 runners on base to have a shot here. That's what you need. It's not unheard of. If a team can do it, it's this one. Bad start. The best hitter of the 3 pops up a little bit too slowly. Charge from Green Match. Luigi is pitching them out right now. Such good pitching. Freeman's going to land a shot here. You can live with 1 out, but you need more out of the rest of your team. You need this mold to get on, and you need your other guys to be consistent and do what they've always done. Mold charge. Doesn't end up being caught off by YP. Another mold charge. Watches it. And he's going to double play to really effectively end the game. You don't get anything out of those. Those 3 innings in a row where you stranded runners on loaded bases are looming really large right now. No home runs for them today either. Luigi charging. He grounds out for his first out of the day. Soda's up. Gonna get a hit. You can't have that. You just cannot. These Toads and Piantas on this Knights team have not failed to get on base all game. Charge. Skips it. Gonna get a base hit. They cannot stop missing these slaps. And they always convert on them as well. The last 4 innings have been carnage. You need an out. You need a ground out. You get a little bit lucky here. You get a bad contact hit. Not gonna get it. Now bases are loaded again. This trio not get a hit. K-Rool not charging on this. Gonna ignore it entirely. Probably the right move. This man just kind of pushed his little mind out. Doesn't matter. It was the right move. Didn't matter. Grand slam by K-Rool, his second home run of the game. That, if the lid wasn't already put on this game, it is. The all-time single-inning points record is 17. We actually done last week. Well, yeah, it might have been 15. I don't know. 15. You'd need to hit that in this inning to win. So, you're in a bad spot, and you just are letting up runs every inning now. I guess you have 2 innings to do it. I wouldn't feel good about it, though. Ground Critter also always the second away from a home run. That might be it, and it is it. That's a solo shot. Ground Critter patting his stats, saying, I'm on the team, too. Could have his first 20 bomb of the season. Liquid has been clamoring for a game that's easier lately, that's less close. He might be getting that today against a really strong opponent. It reminds me of that game versus the Wild last season. They won 22-4. And now in the next inning, they won't have to deal with red meat either. And she's actually going to get on base. She's not going to get on base. Whoops. If you're John, you need to get through the entirety of your lineup to have a shot. You need at least, 9 runs to make this a game. And now your Toads are fucking charging, because of course they're charging. Nothing is as angering as pre-charged Toads. That happens way too often. I guess you can't complain after last week. Well, if he gets on base, gonna bring Toad to third. Runners on the corner. Makes it harder to triple play, I guess, in theory. Yellow Toad up. Need to get a hit. Able to grab one. Runners on first and second. Gotta run this inning. Finally starting to get some momentum. $16 hits and 4 runs is disgusting. That's a terrible conversion rate. And they get a bad contact hit from Wiggler, because of course they do. Wario needs to bring some points home. Can't afford to play small ball anymore. He's not going to. That's going to be a home run. 4 for 4 with a home run day for Wario. Whoa, they got there. Okay, well, I didn't expect that. Wow. Okay, well, this game's just over. $19 hits for 4 runs. On average, you have to load the bases to get a run. Twice. That ain't right. At this point, the The Knights are just gunning for a run diff. Not that it matters too much. It's more of a dick measuring thing, but they're gunning for trying to set their personal, their GM's points record. Bad contact there, and it still doesn't matter because of the boo. I mean, what is going on here, folks? I believe that the Liquid Team's run diff record ever, not run diff record, runs record ever is 22 against Sam. I believe that's correct. Whiffed by YP.
I believe it was 20, talking about the cruiser game.
No, that was, I know that was 100% 22 to 4.
I think it's 20 to 4.
Well, you would think that. Dingus, shut up. The dingus. K-Rool has a chance to pad his stats and grab a third home run in garbage time. It's been a triple play, but I'd be a little surprised. Nope, instead it's going to be another run, and bases are still loaded. K-Rool has a chance to set their team's all-time scoring record here with a home run. Not going to do it. Going to land a hit, should bring at least 2 home, but the base running is insane. What the fuck was that, man? Okay. I mean, they sacrificed a run out there for free. Round Critter could easily homer now that the outfield's broken. Instead, he decides to bring another run home. They have, at worst, tied their all-time record. The blowouts in this league continue. I hope this doesn't become a trend.
It was 20 to 4. Yeah, I'll check.
And Red Match just kind of shits out, or Yellow Match does, because he was in perfect position to catch that ball and he just doesn't do it. If Red Meat does not ground out here, you're in serious danger of like some record-setting shit. She's charging too, and she's not going. She's going to land a hit. It's going to bring Brown Critter home. This is the most runs they've ever scored by a good margin now. A full 4 runs. FatherJohn gets blown out again right after scoring the most points of all time. That's a good hit by Red Yoshi. Whatever. Okay. They're going to have a real shot at this thing. Luigi Charge would go really hard here. Instead, it's going to end the inning, finally. So 25-run game for the Knights. 47257. That's a fucking area code. That's a zip code right there, man. Time to at least try and make the run diff a little bit more respectable. That's really all you're gunning for at this point. That's not a way to do that. Yellow Match can't get on base either. Green Madge does get on base. 1 play away from losing this game. They would need a 21-run comeback. You know, it's in the cards. You can see it. Some crazier things. Charge here. Good velocity on that hit, but not much else. That's a base hit from Monty. All this is stat padding at this point. Gets back to the top of their lineup. Somehow they're going to manage to strand loaded bases again. I just have a feeling. They don't. They actually convert a singular run on loaded bases. For the first time since this game started, I believe. 38 hits is a lot of fucking hits. That is a lot of fucking hits. Holy shit, Liquid. K-Rool in to throw a couple pitches in garbage time. Hey, man. They throw right to first. Just say, it looks like he wants it, but he doesn't end up getting it. 25-5 for Liquid here. The biggest win in his career as a GM.
Hell yeah.
K-Rool with a bit of a comeback game. Was it a bit of a Bowser game? Sure. Was all in garbage time. Holy fucking shit. That's crazy. 120-point game from a Toad. Second straight over 100-point game from a YP and a 180 from K-Rool. Brought home a lot of RBIs. Congratulations, Liquid. I'm going to stop recording in 5, 4, 3, 2.